Hi folks, Mark Merrill with Farm. Our special edition is about Colby College's graduation. The 205th commencement graduation of over 600 students took place at Colby College in Waterville, Maine on May 24th. So many parents, relatives, and extended family had showed up that there were not enough chairs for everyone. But some brought their own folding chairs. It's a way to think ahead, folks. As for the ceremony, we'll get right to it, folks, on this brief edition, but a special edition of a very historic college in central Maine. It's been here for many, many centuries, by the way. At least a couple. Going on 3 centuries. Here's just a look, folks, before we get to a few remarks from the president, David Greene. Is what we were able to capture there on this historic event every single year that the college graduates many, many students. Here's just a brief look at it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll present a brief speech from Colby President David Greene and his remarks before the graduates, as well as a packed house with standing room only, even outdoors.
To celebrate the great class of 2026. Congratulations to all of you. I want to say a special congratulations to all the families and friends who are here today. Thank you for sharing these remarkable individuals with us over these last years. They are well positioned to tackle the world's biggest challenges, and they'll do that with a wonderful combination of talent and humility, and that is a testament to all of your love and support that you have given them throughout their lives. I would say to our distinguished and caring faculty, there are no better expert guides in learning and life than you. Your exacting standards and caring approach create the ideal environment for transformative growth. Thank you. To our dedicated staff who are spread out throughout these grounds today, I hope you are filled with pride at this celebration, for it is your commitment to Colby's mission and our students that makes this wonderful college work. Thank you. And to our trustees, led by our incredible chair, Jane Powers, and all of our leadership groups here today, we at Colby can dare to follow our own path of excellence because of your belief and trust in the very purpose of this work. So we have 4 members of the senior class who have been competing in the U.S. Nationals for track and field. And one may make it today, late, Tally Zeller. She's fast, so she's going to run the whole distance from like Wisconsin to here, which is great. And so we'll see if she makes it. But Jackson Coelho, Levi Berry, Olivia Doherty, who have been competing, they don't make it, we're going to have a celebration for them tomorrow. So we're just going to keep this party rolling for days as we're going through all of this. But congratulations to them and for representing us so well. But to this President class of 2026.
And for the next presentation, folks, we got senior class co-presidents up next here, Declan, Dineen, and Ashley Kwon, as they give their presentation during the ceremony up at Mayflower Hill, which is where the location is of Colby College.
Thank you for the introduction, President Greene. Hello, everyone. To those of you who have traveled near and far to be here today, welcome and thank you for making the trip. Thank you to the families who made it possible for us to be here, and to the faculty and staff whose dedication shaped our experience along the way.
Over the past 4 years, Colby has cultivated a group of not only students in their respective disciplines, but researchers, athletes, educators, and artists. Many of our students have been acknowledged even before they step foot on campus as Bunch, Pulver, Presidential, and Posse Scholars for excellence in community, leadership, and academic merit. And that excellence has only continued. Our class includes a Rhodes Scholar, Fulbright recipients, Watson Fellows, a member of the Marine Corps, and NCAA record breakers. And today, we celebrate just how far we've all come.
And we are also here to introduce just one of these exceptional students who will send the class of 2026 off into the world with a message all her own. She is a Posse and Pulver Science Scholar from Houston, Texas. And during her time on campus, she majored in earth science, completing 2 independent research projects on meteorites, serving as a teaching assistant for introductory science courses over 5 semesters, and developing a science curriculum for Alaska Native students.
Beyond the classroom, she has served as both a senator and the communications chair for the Student Government Association. If that wasn't enough, she also curated and organized the first TEDx talk for Colby in over a decade, bringing the stories and voices of Colby students to a global stage. Anyone who crossed paths with her knows she has a gift for making people around her feel both welcome and celebrated.
So, who is she around campus? She is a scientist, a student leader, and a community builder. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Catherine Laney Stone.
And our final segment, folks, we bring you a gentleman who is a great entertainer, believe it or not, and we can see why here in just a few moments as we present a abbreviated edition of our coverage of the Colby College graduation at Mayflower Hill in Waterville, Maine, 205th commencement. We'll tell you a brief history of Colby College going back many hundreds of years. But over 600 students and an overflow of family, friends, probably even some former classmates in the crowd, dignitaries, local government, state government possibly. We didn't take the time to go through all of them, folks, on a limited time frame that we had to present this. We want to make sure that everybody out there in the greater Waterville Central Maine area did get to see what an important university this college is. Not just to this area, but the young people that will be going out into the world. Now, the entertainer we're talking about is a Colby graduate himself and an award-winning author of children's books. We will introduce him this way from the Colby College program that was given to everybody. His name is Mo Willems. And you see what I'm talking about here in just a few moments, folks. You'll see what I mean. But the artist and author, as we said, he's a New York Times best-selling author and Caldecott honors, awarded picture books including Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, and he'll mention it, and the Knuffle Bunny series. Willems received an Eisner Award for The Pigeon Will Ride the Roller Coaster, and his celebrated Elephant and Piggy Early Reader series has already received 2 Theodore Seuss Geisel Awards, you may recall from the Dr. Seuss books, author, and 5 Geisel Honors. Willems' debut title, Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, was inducted into the Picture Book Hall of Fame. He's published more than 70, that's right, folks, 70 children's books. More than 50 of them New York Times best-selling titles with more than 25 foreign language translations. Now, as we bring him forward, folks, Mr. Willems is quite a character. He also brings a quite important and educational thought message to not just the graduates of the May 24th ceremony, but also something that maybe all of us could take a few tidbits from and learn and pass along to our children.
At graduation, it is the Condon Medal, which was established. Meaning and impact. Please join me in welcoming Mo Willems to the lectern.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Hello. Couple words. Look at you. What is up with those hats? And are you wearing bathrobes? Oh, I'm wearing one too. What is going on here? It feels like this may be the end of something. The end of something important, which is why it is called a commencement. The world makes no sense. Okay, first of all, a big hello and thank you to the others out there without the silly hats. To those of you who aren't wearing silly hats and robes, your support, enthusiasm, sacrifice, dreams, efforts, and delivery of snacks has been immeasurably important. So we're not going to try and measure it, because today is not your day. I'm not saying you're not great. You helped build the doorway to the future, but the ones wearing the silly hats and the bathrobes, they are the ones walking through it. Today is their day. So, hello, silly Because you don't know the full question yet. I just said, are you ready? Let's try again. Are you ready? Let's have it with a little more assurance. Are you ready? A little more. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, that's the spirit. That's what we want. All right. We're going to be more specific with the next question. Are you ready to exhale? Let's do it together. It's all good for you. Because now is the time to press pause. Click. Pause. Look around you. You are right here, alone and together, wearing silly hats and bathrobes. It's threatening to rain, but it won't. Some guy who writes about elephants and pigs and bus-thirsty pigeons is talking about something. And you don't have to write a paper about what he's saying, so you don't really have to listen. Feels good. Now sooner than you'd like, you're going to have to unpause. And here's my singular hope for you when you do. Don't press rewind and flood yourself with regrets, self-recriminations. Don't press fast forward and try and solve the adventure of living to get to the end in the hope that you win before the credits roll. Don't press 1.5x speed and have life zip by, high-pitched and digitized. I hope that you will press play in your work, in your relationships, in your life. Because play experiments, play invites, play includes. Play adapts when things take an unexpected turn, which I expect will happen to you. Play is an open-ended, contagious joy. It remembers the good and repeats it, revises it, renews it. Bullies cannot stand play because they cannot control it. Play keeps making sand castles, even when the tide is coming in, and the tide will always be coming in. Play is a practice. One that doesn't have to get it right the first time or the second time. It bumbles, tumbles, rumbles, and farts. It is also wide, deep, and brave. Play takes effort, determination, awareness. It is shared and solitary. If you allow play to touch every aspect of your life, it will embrace what it can, sense what it cannot, and help you smile and play does not ignore absurdity. It adapts to it, or it adapts the absurdity itself. It doesn't punch down because it doesn't punch. Play wears silly hats and bathrobes to serious events. Not everybody likes playful people. They denigrate playfulness as open-ended fun, preferring games with opposing sides and rules and winners and losers. This is a product of fear. And as you move on through your life, one step forward, two steps back, a shimmy or two to the right or the left, you will encounter fearful people, fearful groups, fearful institutions. They will use their fear to stake out positions, large and immovable positions made of rock and just as cold. What are they afraid of? Questions. Questioning questioners asking questions. Why is there unkindness? How can we become who we need to be? When should striving end and acceptance begin? Ever? Can I drive the bus? That's right. Younger, you were all philosophers once. When you were young, you burned with so much curiosity, you had to do more than just ask questions over and over and over and over again. You had to play them. So, how can you maintain within you that irresistible urge to explore and discover and play when you leave this ceremony? And you must find an apartment and a job and a career and buy comfortable underpants and groceries and make what they call a life. How? So here are a few things I do know. Simple and easy are opposites. Playfulness and truthfulness and thoughtfulness are synonyms. Good dental hygiene now will save you many hours of expensive procedures later. And also this, you are wonderful and complicated and unique and essential, just like everybody else. You are worth being seen and heard. You will benefit from seeing and hearing others. If you can make the world any better, even just a little better, do it. Everything that ends is a commencement of something new starting. Something new to play. Now.
And that was a very short but to the point segment. Before Mr. Willems went on. And as we conclude our presentation here, folks, on Firm, the commencement, the 205th commencement of the graduation of Colby students at the end of every May. We're going to get into the details more on that here as we finish up here. As we present that to you, folks, we do want to thank you for joining us. And here is the first part of our concluding information on Colby College before we get to the historical part of it. The caps and gowns, probably, that you have noticed throughout the crowd, and of course that the presenters, the president himself, David Greene, and Mr. Willems, as well as the students who came up to speak, the co-presidents. Once again, they are Declan, Dineen, and Ashley Kwon. But to conclude, folks, the traditions of the commencement on Mayflower Hill up there at Colby College read this way. The caps, gowns, and hoods worn in the academic procession represent a tradition that dates back to medieval European universities when, aside from identifying various institutions, rankings, and fields of study, such garb was often needed for warmth. A little bit coolish, probably more in Europe than it was here. The mortarboard cap, quadrangle, was first used in 16th century England, folks, and may have been patterned after the quadrangle shape of the Oxford campus. Oxford's still one of the major world universities today. But also, to present day as well, holders of the doctoral degree may wear gold tassels and all others wear black. And a brief history here, folks, as far as Colby is concerned, as we conclude this for their ceremony of the 205th commencement on Mayflower Hill in Waterville, Maine. In February of 1813, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts adopted a petition to establish what is now Colby College. In 1818, just 5 years later, trustees assigned the institution to a Reverend Jeremiah Chaplin, a Baptist theologian who arrived in Waterville in the summer of 1818 with his family and 7 students. They were put up in a vacant Waterville home where the first classes were held. As the campus outgrew its downtown location, Waterville deeded 600 acres on Mayflower Hill to the college in an effort to keep Colby from relocating to Augusta. And in 1937, more recent, construction began on Lorimer Chapel, the first building on the new Mayflower Hill campus, and in the decades that followed, students divided their time between downtown and Mayflower Hill as the campus was constructed, and the class of 1956 was the first to study and live entirely on Mayflower Hill. We thank you for people at Colby College who put the pamphlet together, as well as a list of all of the students graduating. And those of you watching this program, this podcast, on the special edition of the Colby College 205th Commencement, may recognize some of them, or you know them personally. As always, ladies and gentlemen, meantime, we do thank you for joining us, as we said. You can always count on us, folks, when it comes to podcasts on truth, facts, reality, and common sense. This was a reality moment, folks. We want you to make sure that everybody out there does understand we must protect what we have here. As you can see from our students graduating, over 600 of them this year, set another record. They say every year they set a new record of the number of students that graduate in the senior class. They are the future. We've been saying that a lot on Firm. From the graduation of high school students, the graduation of college students, between the years of 18 and 22 years old, and head out into the world. You have to make the best of it. Support of a good family and good education, as you can see. Our world will be a better place. We always pray for it here, folks. But we certainly hope and have faith in them who will be the future leaders and make a difference. Contact us all the time, folks. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know the deal. fairnessandreportingmedia@gmail.com. fairnessandreportingmedia@gmail.com. We're always on Substack, X, and YouTube for all of our podcasts. Everybody take care of yourself. Safe travels. Peace to all.